Hey, Sharnold.
Yeah, Zach.
I have a question. I've always really liked Captain America, and I thought he was great. With his shield and his strength and his positivity and humanity. But I always thought he could use a penguin. I know it's weird, but it seems like it would work. Are there any comics that might fulfill this very specific desire of mine? Go! Random bullshit, go! Well, when you put it like that, I don't have an argument for you.
Depending on what year it is and who's writing the story.
God. Spoiler alert.
Delicious.
That's thematically confusing. I liked it more the other way when it was fuck balls crazy.
What was the point of any of this?
I don't fucking know.
Yay!
Yay! Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Doombots Marvel podcast. We're your Doombots. I'm Zach.
And I am Sharnold.
And this is the best Marvel podcast on the internet.
Depending on how you define best.
And if you define it by most amount of penguins in relationship and ratio to Captain America's, then we're the best.
I'm going to say, I think it is likely that we're the only podcast to ever discuss Captain America's penguin.
I mean, to the degree that I'm still not sure you didn't just make this up, or it's not some sort of strange pigs in space euphemistic reference to something else that I'm just not getting yet.
Sort of. It's sort of like the pigs in space thing. And
is there a penguin?
There is a penguin.
A real penguin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've hyped it up, and it's fun that Captain America has a penguin. But it's only for one issue.
That's fine.
It's not like a penguin that, is his new status quo, is that the penguin follows him into battle.
But think about how many weird one-off things happened in one issue that then became massive things 15 to 20 years later.
Yeah.
10 years from now, that penguin will be an Avenger. Someone's going to come along. Remember when Captain America had a penguin? So, but what?
Okay, so the surrounding story that's here, we're talking about...
I literally cannot fathom what the surrounding story could be. The only connection I can possibly think of is Captain America was in ice for a while.
Oh, yeah.
So in that way, he
God.
is penguin adjacent.
I'm sensing a retcon.
Oh my God.
Where this penguin, what's that thing where as a bird you imprint? This penguin imprinted on Captain America in the ice. And he's been searching for Captain America ever since.
I want a retcon that sort of combines Captain America's origins with the kangaroo's origins.
Oh, where it's just a guy who went and spent some time with penguins.
I want it where Captain America was rescued from the ice by penguins and Tarzan raised by penguins and now acts like a penguin. I don't know what specific powers penguins could have.
Well, they can go underwater.
Yeah, that's true. They can get eaten by seals, which I guess elephant seals could also eat a person. I don't know if that's a power. I guess it's more of a weakness.
Could an elephant seal eat a person?
I mean, I think they're 2,000 pounds. They can suck walruses' guts out through their mouth.
Now, I know they could certainly kill a person, but could they consume a person is my question.
There might not be enough fat and meat. Humans might be too, the bone to muscle ratio.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I would not have predicted any of our episodes tangentially going to, could an elephant seal eat a human?
Have you not listened to our other episodes? It's the exact type of tangent that we talk about. I'm surprised it
hasn't happened yet. I was about to say, yeah, that's a good point. That's a solid point. I'm surprised that something like this has never come up. I think once an episode from here on out, we should debate whether or not a specific animal could eat a person, and would they? Giraffes, no. Giraffes
they're herbivores, right?
Yeah. Fun fact about giraffe, because this is now an animal eating podcast, I guess. Giraffes and humans have the same number of neck vertebrae, in their spine.
The giraffes ones are just really big?
Yeah. And because of that, they've got the highest blood pressure of any animal in the animal kingdom, because they have to get the blood pressure up their neck. Blood up their neck, yeah. Okay,
all right, so the story around Captain America and his penguin.
By the way, with the retcon of he was raised by penguins thing, TM, just throwing that out there. Great. TM. 3 of them. 4 of them, I guess.
I don't think they'd let you do that.
They would let me do what?
Trademark something that you already owned the trademark for?
Okay, a different super soldier goes in ice and is raised by penguins. Suck it, Marvel.
Okay.
Hypothetical Marvel. who is hypothetically blocking me from creating my hypothetical cool character.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Oh, we couldn't even call him the Penguin because that's already taken by DC.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
All right, so the story around Captain America's Penguin is...
I'm sorry. It's just so stupid. I mean, it might not be stupid, but it just sounds so incongruous. I'm a big fan of Iron Man's Aardvark. That whole episode where he had to rescue an Aardvark. Okay, anyway, yep.
It's JMS's run on Captain America.
Michael Straczynski.
Yes. And you know, an interesting thing about J. Michael Straczynski is that sometimes he's credited as J. Straczynski, sometimes he's credited as J.M. Straczynski, and sometimes he's credited as J. Michael Straczynski.
You know what's another fun fact about that?
Huh.
Anytime we've ever talked about him, you have told me that. Every single time it's ever been mentioned on this podcast, you have told me that exact thing.
It's an important thing to
I don't know. I feel we've always edited it out, too.
Uh-huh. It doesn't mean anything. It's just something I noticed because I read a lot of comics.
It is odd, though, because usually when you...
different.
Yeah, because usually you pick one and you go, like...
Yeah.
It's never Howard P. Lovecraft, or... you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So,
yeah.
His run on Captain America recently came to an end, and it was a 16-issue run, and the 9th issue featured Captain America's Penguin.
How did you feel about the run all? Because you like him for the most part, right?
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was good, and I wish it had lasted longer. I think that his voices, in terms of distinguishing each character and the way that they interplay off of each other with clearly unique character voices, I think is better than any other writer.
Really?
Yeah. Now, also, his is the most recent comics that I have read.
That's
and
true.
So I'm in, I'm
You are very temporally based in your appreciation for things.
Yes.
Whatever you have seen the most recently is the thing you either love or despise the most of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But context aside, he's very good at it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. In my experience with him as a writer, he feels much more like a really reliable, like a mainstream, like he's like a Ron Howard or a Steven Spielberg in terms of like he does commercial stuff that's very good, but is never gonna hit you in the like weird surrealist way.
He doesn't do any experimental kind of stuff. No,
he knows what works, and that's not a bad thing. You know, it's like there's a reason tropes exist as tropes because they can hit all the right spots. Ron Howard, Spielberg, all these people make great films, but and
so does JMS.
Yeah. That's true. Although I'm fairly certain he also wrote the script for not American Ninja. I can't remember what it's called anymore. Ninja Assassin. I'm pretty sure he wrote the script for that, and it's maybe the worst thing I've ever seen, but I don't think that's his fault. I think better people could have made that a good movie.
The way that he got his start is that he wrote a spec script for He-Man, the original cartoon show in the 80s, and they liked it so much that they bought it and hired him as a writer on the show.
Oh, right on.
Which is
that's a good deal.
Not a thing that happens anymore at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But I will say that he seems very reliable and good. You don't get any big swings like you would get with like Warren Ellis or Morrison or something like that. But you also don't get the kind of misses that you will often get with that. And he's not commercial like the way Millar is, where there's like this almost exploitative, like I'm doing this just to sell it sort of thing. Like he seems like he cares about the characters.
It's very clear, straightforward storytelling. I think he's just a good writer.
Yeah.
You know, and so he's not trying to reshape the Marvel universe in any way. He's just I say that, but we'll get to another thing later. But he's, he just tells a story. So like Captain America went on some adventure to save some people, and it wasn't anything like special. It was just really well told.
So before you get to the Penguin,
that was issue 9. So
issue 9 out of 16.
9 out of 16. So
I can't. That makes it weirder because that's right in the middle. That's not even like a denouement or like. What was the I want to see if I can figure out how a Penguin worked into this. What was the overarching? Because 16 issues, I feel it has to have a pretty clear Like
it did, and then it didn't.
Oh, okay.
The last 3 issues were a separate story. So the first 13 kind of go together, and then he had a second story.
What was the general conceit of the plot? Like, was he trying to stop did he have a big bad, or was there...
Yeah, so his big bad was Asmodee, who's one of the kings of hell.
Okay. Captain America in hell is a weird combo to me for some reason. Does he do supernatural stuff a lot like that?
Not really. I mean, the most supernatural he gets... Usually, Cap gets into the supernatural...
Via other characters.
Right, like becoming a werewolf or getting turned into having always been a Nazi.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Those
sort of old
thing.
Chestnuts.
Yeah, but not like as a primary antagonist.
We've talked about him as a werewolf before?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
I mean, I'm sure it's probably made the cut. There was a time when Captain America was a werewolf.
Okay.
Story established.
I mean,
it wasn't like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was 1 issue.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it too, because I thought that was weird as shit also.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Asmodee, one of the kings of hell?
So he is trying to murder what he calls change agents, which are people who he knows with his evil demon magic.
Yeah, okay.
With his evil demon magic, he knows that these are people who will have the opportunity to, as an individual, make a big change for good in the world. And so he's specifically going after them and trying to kill them. And one of them is Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's your penguin guess?
I mean, no fucking clue at all. That didn't help me at all. Does Captain America actually fight a demon in this?
No, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He fights lots of them, actually.
Does that make him feel weird? Is there any weirdness to that for him?
Not at all.
I love Captain sometimes because he's like,
who's the enemy?
Yeah,
I will fight it.
Yeah. There's not any of this I don't believe in magic bullshit you get from Tony. There's like, I've been around for a very long time. I've seen a lot of stuff, and I understand how suspension of disbelief works.
Demons are bad. Got it. I will fight the demons.
Okay, so little inside baseball for our listeners. Mm-hmm. Recently was Charnold's birthday.
It was my 40th birthday. Which is a number that society deems as special.
As a birthday present, I got him 2 things. I got him tickets to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I took a baseball bat to his foot, and I shattered... Charnold, unfortunately, unrelated to me.
Less than a week after turning 40, I just fell.
Yeah.
I just
at his friend's house,
which broke my foot.
Goes a long way towards what I've always said. Charnold shouldn't have other friends other than me.
You also have a cement step right outside your door.
That's true. I have a cement step right inside my door. Yeah. Like, they've got a stone fucking entryway bullshit. I hate that thing. Anyway, we went to one of those Phantom event things of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
On the big screen.
On the big screen from 1991 or 89? Or...
Something like that.
Yeah, a long time ago. The very first one. The original one that had the Jim Henson suits. By the way, side note, holds up. Fucking amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I might have actually even enjoyed it more than the last time I watched it as an adult.
Well, I liked getting to see it on the big screen. I've never seen it on the big screen before.
There are so many subtleties with the faces on the turtles. And also, Elias Koteas as Casey Jones is next level amazing.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring all this up is because the way that you just told me about Captain America, where it's like, okay, I guess it's demons. There's a scene in Ninja Turtles after Casey has spent all the time with the turtles at the farmhouse. He finds Splinter chained up in Shredder's weird New York club warehouse thing. Warehouse / Dave and Buster's for cigar smoking 12-year-olds. I guess if you describe it like that, it sounds crazy.
You know how the late 80s were.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nothing felt more late 80s, early 90s than that teenage wasteland warehouse thing. But anyway, he finds Splinter chained up in the basement of this warehouse, and Splinter is, of course, a 6-foot-tall humanoid rat. And the look is, all right, like, just whatever. Like anybody else, not having just spent a week with a bunch of anthropomorphic turtles in a house, would be terrified or weirded out, at least.
And I also think that it feels very much like a studio note to be like, oh, he's got to have that obligatory scene of being, I can't believe it's a giant rat.
And But I just love where he was like, well, all right, this might as well be also a thing that is going on.
It's less than a second of look.
But it sells it so hard, and there's so much communicated. Yeah. And it's the problem you always had with X-Files, too. Where it's like, really, Scully? you still don't believe it might be aliens, even though you have been abducted and impregnated by them multiple times? Scully is the perfect example of, like, the illogic... it is impossible to be a skeptic when you, not even you've seen aliens, you have been impregnated by evil aliens. You have been abducted. You factually, documentedly, demonstrably, you factually know aliens exist unreservedly. But no, maybe this isn't going to be a monster or a thing. And you also know vampires exist. And you also know werewolves exist. And you also know thought demons exist. And you also, like, everything's a thing, Scully. Fucking everything's a thing. We're on season 7 now. You have to believe that things are things. Sorry. Anyway, that's what I love about Captain. Because, like, you get this stupid Scully bullshit with Iron Man on the moon going, I don't believe in magic, while he's being fucking currently held up by magic. And you got Captain over here going, yep, I guess it's demons now. One of my best friends is a god.
Yeah.
I was a Nazi because of a magic cube once. Like, fucking... Yeah. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Technically not him.
True.
But yeah, because it ended up being a separate person. So technically, this version, this body that Captain America currently has only existed for, like, 5 years.
Okay, once we start getting into which people weren't people who were other people because those people were bad people and those people had to not be people anymore, but we still wanted those people. Once we start getting into that, we're never going to get past any of this.
Anyways, the point is, he's traveling, right? He goes from place to find the change agents and save them.
Okay, so it's like a road trip sort of narrative.
He uses a motorcycle to do it.
Oh, wow, okay.
And let's see where I wrote down these quotes. Here we go. Yes, okay. I found it. All right. The Atacama Desert in Chile is a study in contrasts. Most of it is a massive salt flat marked by volcanoes, creating the driest desert in South America, an inferno where nothing can survive for long. But the coastal area is full of wildlife, flamingos, llamas, foxes, and penguins? So he's motorcycling through the desert, and he comes upon a penguin, and it's like doing establishing shots with the narration.
Yeah,
and then he just comes upon a penguin, and he says, "So what are you doing all the way out here? Get lost? Hitchhiking to San Diego? A top secret reconnaissance mission for your fellow penguins? Either way, I can't just leave you here." And so he picks up the penguin and puts him in his sidecar of his motorcycle and keeps going.
Do you think that his inner monologue, when you're talking to a penguin, you might be on this road by yourself for too long now. Let's take that penguin, make some penguin burger. No, I'm just joking.
I can't imagine Captain America's inner monologue because he's just so straightforward that, like, I don't imagine him having weird side thoughts like that.
But it's not weird side thought to suddenly realize you're talking to a penguin. Like, that's like, I've been on this road for way too long. But being straightforward and stuff like that doesn't mean you don't have an inner monologue. Like,
yeah, but he wouldn't be like, oh, I should have penguin burgers. Like,
that was just me adding that part on.
Sure, but like,
You don't think Captain America has intrusive thoughts?
Right. That is exactly what I'm saying. Is that he's just so stoic that it's hard for me to imagine the weird side of Captain America.
I bet there is, like, in a journal somewhere that he just doesn't want anyone to read. Not like gross, but just
yeah, just the sort of things that come through my mind.
Yeah, he is always described as being very stoic and holier than thou and all that, but he also was just like a kid with a sense of duty, but like that kid from Brooklyn or Queens or whatever.
I think it's Brooklyn. Yeah,
but like, he messed around, he joked around,
So anyways, now Cap has a penguin in his sidecar, and he goes and he finds the next change agent and a bunch of... They are random mutants that are so unimportant, I didn't even write their names down.
Oh, not the change agent. I don't care about that. Oh. I figured that's what that was. I care about the penguin. Right. We're going to focus on the penguin. Okay. Penguin is important here. What does he feed a penguin? Isn't there more to keeping a penguin than just putting him in a sidecar?
Well, he doesn't keep him, like, for long... Like,
yeah, okay.
I
mean, I feel like a health
remember...
or like a vet or like a zoo or like a professional in some capacity.
They're in the middle of fucking nowhere in Chile.
Well, Chile's a country with cities.
Yes, but not everywhere. Chile's fucking huge, right?
No, I agree.
If he's in the middle of the desert, like the nearest actual city might be many days away by motorcycle.
Where does he take him?
So it's like a tiny village where everyone is dead except for the change agent because of the demons.
Jesus.
And then the change agent is like, it's just you and I against a bunch of demons. And then Captain America's like, no, I have a penguin.
Whoa.
And
Are you for reals? He says that?
Yes. While that is an amazing joke, the penguin does not engage in battle with him, or it wasn't even part of his strategy. It was literally just Captain America making a joke.
Well, I think the joke is I'm going to take care of it myself.
Right.
But I'm concerned for the penguin. What's the long-term plan for the penguin?
Well, eventually, and at the end of the issue, they go to the coast, and he drops him in the water.
Off the coast of what?
Chile. The bottom of Chile, the coast is very close to Antarctica.
I love you. I do not trust that you know that that's the case.
Well, I don't know how close. I mean, it's globally close.
Okay.
Right? Like it's the next thing after Chile is Antarctica.
To the Atacama Desert?
Okay. So here is what Captain America says right before he lets the penguin go. I know you're in there. I know you were waiting for me and that you're watching. You want to spy on us? You want to see how we're going to beat you? Fine. I know how the game is played. But for the love of all that's decent, let go of the penguin. Seriously. And then the penguin's eyes glow red. And then they stop glowing red and he jumps in the water. So it was Asmodee possessed a penguin in order to spy on Captain America.
Okay. I don't know how. Okay.
You're rarely this befuddled. I've seen you so angry you can't come up with words.
I'm not angry.
And I've seen you also so confused you can't come up with words. Like that this series of events makes so much not sense. But you're just so befuddled that you have no response.
I guess here's my question.
Okay.
And there might not be an answer. Was the penguin possessed by the demon? Jesus Christ. When Cap found him?
Yes.
For sure. Like it wasn't like the demon discovered that he had this penguin friend and then
what is strongly implied is that, or at least the way that I interpreted it, is that Asmodee possessed a penguin, took the penguin to the middle of the desert so that when Captain America drove by, he felt the need to save the penguin. But it was supposed to be, Captain America says, you took possession of something that was in so much danger in the desert that you knew I would save it.
A child.
Well, there aren't many people around because the village is already dead. But I guess if you walked the penguin into the middle of the desert, but that's the other thing. It was also supposed to be kind of innocuous.
It's not.
But it's more so than a child, right? Like a child has a backstory. I guess the penguin has a backstory too. I don't know. Yes.
No, but I just mean I have a lot of. Okay, did Asmodee. So just not the right word for the demon?
Right, because it's not the actual demon, it's this other version of it from Marvel.
But they've got other demons that are the demon. They've got Lucifer and Beelzebub and shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Asmodee. This is a terrible plan. What if he just didn't... Straight up, what if he just didn't notice the penguin?
Well, I don't know.
And also, how long into the travel with the penguin did Captain America know he was the demon?
I also don't know.
Why did Captain America think he could care for a penguin?
Well, he didn't. Again, ultimately, he just ended up taking the penguin to the coast and putting it back in water.
But wasn't he on the coast?
No, he was in the middle of the desert, which apparently is close to the coast, because it says the coastal areas are full of wildlife, so he couldn't have been too far away.
Because there was flamingos.
Right.
So he's
but the penguin had walked from the lush area into the desolate area that was full of volcanoes.
Drive it back to the lush area.
But he was on a time crunch to go save the change agent, right? He didn't have time to rescue this penguin right now.
The penguin.
Well, you can't, because he was going to die. He was definitely going to die. He specifically says, I can't leave you here because then I'll have nightmares of penguin jerky.
He says that?
He did, yeah.
And you think it's beyond his inner monologue to talk about penguin steaks as a joke? What the fuck are you talking about? That's weirder than the thing I said.
I have no answer for that.
And so the penguin comes with them.
Right.
And I guess is spying on him?
Right.
Okay. And then the penguin leaves.
Right.
I guess I just don't understand why a penguin needed to be involved in any of this. It's so fucking left field and weird.
It is the only thing that makes that issue interesting.
I think maybe
without the penguin, Captain America shows up, fights some demons, saves a guy. The end, right? There's nothing unique about that issue.
I mean, you could have made it like an injured animal that's a normal animal. The penguin's fucking weird, man.
I think that was done very on purpose.
I don't think it's a good plan. Like, on Asmodee's fucking perspective.
No, I mean, he's gonna lose. So, like,
Sure, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah, but, like, he is bad at being a demon master, right? Like,
I feel if you ran that by one other demon, it'd be like, this doesn't make any sense, man.
One very well established thing is that all the Hell Lords hate each other, so they don't really talk.
Oh, or they encourage each other to do dumb shit, like possess a fucking penguin.
Yeah, he tells Mephisto, "I'm going to possess this penguin," and Mephisto's like, "Yes,
that's a great idea.
Totally.
Well, let me know how it goes, bro.
Possess a whole flock."
Okay.
That's the next.
How big is this penguin?
It's regular penguin size.
No, there's a huge variety of sizes in penguins.
Oh,
up to his hip, the size of a small child.
Lower than that, like thigh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
the size fits well in a sidecar.
It fits well. Okay. Why did he have a sidecar?
His motorcycle has a sidecar.
But isn't he on a solo mission?
Yeah, but his
just in case penguins are there. Okay. That's crazy. That might be crazier than the penguin. That's fucking insane. His motorcycle has a sidecar. Because if you just were picking up a random person, they would just ride on the back. But being a solo driver who does not have a sidekick or anything, to have a sidecar on your motorcycle for fun is fucking crazy. Like, that's crazier than the penguin.
I don't know enough about motorcycles, and are the sidecars, do they come off and on? Is that the thing?
No, I mean, you can remove. I think there are detachable sidecars, possibly.
The way I was just imagining it is just that the motorcycle he owns has a sidecar.
No, that's not a thing.
And that is the motorcycle
like just one that pops over
with him.
No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing that happens.
Okay.
Where would it be when it wasn't in use?
Well, I don't. No, but that's my point. Captain America's motorcycle has a sidecar. Because that's the motorcycle that he owns. So he didn't get a new motorcycle to go down to Chile. He took the motorcycle that he owns, and that motorcycle has a sidecar.
But why does he own a motorcycle with a sidecar?
Bucky.
How fucking emasculated would you have to be? You just get a different motorcycle. There's no way Bucky's riding in his fucking sidecar.
If you read 1940s Captain America comics, Bucky definitely rides in the sidecar.
Was he the Winter Soldier then?
No.
Okay, then that's my fucking point. Once you have a metal cybernetic arm and you're a master assassin, you get upgraded from the sidecar to your own motorcycle.
My point is that
Easy Rider didn't have fucking Fonda and Hopper fucking in a motorcycle fucking sidecar. I'm sorry. I think I'm getting hung up on the wrong thing here.
My point is the motorcycle that Captain America owns has a sidecar. This is like a Marvel fact. This has been established since the 40s, right? Like that just some cars have 4 seats and some cars have 6 seats and some motorcycles have sidecars, and his
so
does.
much harder to drive a motorcycle with a sidecar. You can't do evasive maneuvering. You can't do anything. Why would you not? Once you're going on a road trip, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I'm okay.
I love the things that you end up getting.
I know. It's
just so meaningless to me.
But it's not. But like, think about this. Think about Thunderbolts, right? Think about the movie The Thunderbolts.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen clips. I've seen trailers. Do you remember that part where Bucky shows up in the desert and shoots the car and like blows up and they catch? Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine how fucking stupid it would be if Bucky had a sidecar so that he couldn't do any evasive maneuverings or turns.
I guess I just don't know anything about motorcycles. In my mind, that version of the scene is exactly the same, except his motorcycle has a sidecar.
Okay.
And a penguin in it.
That might have made the movie sell much better if there was a random penguin. And it is random. It is random. There's no need for it to be a penguin. It could have been any animal that was like weirdly inconspicuous or injured.
No, JMS made a choice, and his choice was penguin, and I applaud him for it.
His choice was penguin. I like it's one of those things where it feels very, very unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Like needlessly convoluted and doesn't really
It's only convoluted from Asmodee's perspective.
But that's an important perspective because it's his plan. Like, it's the same thing when fucking Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2 is tasked with finding Spider-Man. So he's like, oh, I know who knows Spider-Man, Peter Parker. I'm going to throw a car at him. You're like, well, that makes for a great movie scene, but that's fucking stupid and insane.
Yeah.
It's the same with this, where it's like, I was about to go back on the sidecar. Let's focus on the penguin. Where it's like, yeah, it makes for a fun comic, and it's weird, but it is just a monstrously illogical plan. The penguin is just unnecessary. Like, you could have had this same exact thing, this whole plot, this whole story, this whole issue, the same, without the penguin. And it might not have been as interesting at all. So I'm glad that it was a choice, but it just like the decision to put the penguin in. Like I'm so fascinated about the moment when he sat down. And he's like, you know what?
This issue needs a penguin.
This issue needs a penguin right in the middle, and then reverse engineering why the fuck the penguin is there. It's like Joel Silver when he like demanded that there be a giant spider in Wild Wild West.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, I guess we'll work backwards and write the movie about the spider and how we get to the spider part. And it feels like that, where you're like, okay, I don't know what Captain America's going to do, but I know he's going to have a fucking penguin. And he's going to put it in that sidecar that he's always had for no reason.
It sounds like a lost bet to me.
Yes. Or like how Dr. Seuss wrote Green Eggs and Ham because somebody's like, you can't write a whole book with 50 words. He's like, fucking watch me. It's like, you can't logically fit a penguin in. It's like, not only am I going to do it, I'm going to do it in the middle of the Atacama Desert.
So the point of the penguin story is that he Captain America won. He saved the day. He saved the penguin and the change agent. And then he went on more adventures and saved a couple more change agents. And yay.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the penguin and just in general being a well-told story, there's nothing to
that
it.
Stood out to you, really? Yeah. I feel like Captain America has a similar thing to Doom, where, and I guess all characters have this. Peter has this, Iron Man has this, but Captain America has this thing where some writers just don't get what is good about him. So there are times in which he is just like annoyingly pedantic and like almost like a robot in terms of his morals and stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then some writers really nail how complex his life is. He's been alive for so long. He knows so many things.
Uh-huh.
I personally don't like the Captain America who like corrects people on when they swear. You know what I mean? Like that whole thing where it's just like this. I don't like the morally sanctimonious Captain America. I like a Captain America who understands moral complexity and the reason people do things. You know, there are people who are bad, but a lot of times people who are bad have had some sort of reason behind it, and there's like a compassion and a humanity to it. And it's the same with Batman. When Batman is just a mindless, like, because a lot of times
punch villain.
Yeah, when they depict Batman the way they depict like the Punisher in Civil War, where it's just like every criminal is just a criminal on Gotham. And it's like, yeah, but that guy was just real poor, and now he's poor and paraplegic because of you. Like, I hate that. Like, the best Batmans are the ones where there is an understanding of moral complexity and socioeconomic cause and effect and everything. And the same with Captain America, too, where there's a compassion for people, even people who might be, not great people, except for Nazis.
But never Nazis.
Never Nazis. The best Captain America is, for me, also the one that treats Nazis the way Hellboy treats Nazis, which is just to scream Nazi and punch them as hard as he possibly can until they're dead. Although Captain America kills.
He tries not to, but he does. He killed Asmodee.
Doesn't count if it's a demon. It's like people. He kills people. I mean, he was in World War II. He had to have killed people.
Yeah. But he tries really hard not to.
Right.
I don't think he would in the modern era.
Like, I'm not saying he's going to walk up and shoot somebody in the head. Anyway, I think ultimately also, I would just like to say, I think it's the one-off nature of the Penguin that is the part that's sticking, that I'm not happy with.
You wanted the Penguin to be spying on them for longer so that the reveal was like a turning point in the story?
I don't like the spying part. I much more like it. He just found a penguin. Like, take the Asmodeus out of it completely. He just found a penguin, felt compassion for the penguin, and wanted to save the penguin. And it's just a weird thing that happens.
Yeah, see, that for me is so much more random.
It would have been great if he accused the penguin of being Asmodeus, and the penguin was just a penguin. And the entire time he kept the penguin because he thought, like, this is too weird. This has to be a spy for Asmodee. And then at the end he's like, oh, I guess you're just a fucking penguin. All right. Well, I mean, I still did a good thing, and he still did a good thing. That would have been great.
A great story, yeah.
Because then you don't have the whole problem of it not making any fucking sense. Like, to introduce something that is that left field for what is essentially a one-issue gag is disappointing a little bit. Because you could have had a great animal character there as this, like, weird penguin that he figures out how to, like, help, and he feeds it fish and shit. Like, that would have been kind of cool. And not, like, for the rest of time. Like, it's not Lucky the Pizza Dog. I'm just saying, like, 3 issues. And the whole time he thinks it's a spy, and he's suspicious of this penguin, and he looks over at this penguin suspiciously, and the penguin's just like just looking around, and at the end he accuses it, like 3 issues in, accuses it, and the penguin's just like or whatever penguins say.
I love the idea of the suspicious Captain America, but the reader doesn't know why yet.
Yes.
And so we just see Captain America like watching this penguin, and we're
suspiciously.
Like, what are you? Yeah.
And you know why he's suspicious of it. And at the end is the big reveal that it's Asmodee, and then a couple of panels of just like them staring at each other, and he goes burp, 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 and he's like, oh, I guess you're just a penguin. Well, oh, okay. And then he releases it and lets it go.
Yeah, that would have been better.
And if it was like longer too, because establishing what feels like a fun, weird left field buddy cop thing, but only for a 1-issue gag, I think.
Let's be clear. There was no buddy cop with this penguin.
No, I know. It was just a penguin.
Didn't do anything.
But you could. But that's what I'm saying. Like, then don't have the penguin because it's so weird. It's so left field. If it was a hurt dog or a hurt flamingo, Captain America and a flamingo would be pretty fucking great too, to be fair.
I don't think the flamingo would fit in the sidecar.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it might be sticking all up, but
because like
they can bend their legs.
But can they sit down?
Yeah, they like roost.
Okay.
Yeah. I say that not having ever seen it and don't knowing anything about flamingos, but I'm feeling that they don't sleep standing up.
I mean, they might. There are animals that do that. They lock their legs and then sleep standing up.
Yeah, but I don't think flamingos do.
Okay,
based on
absolutely
vibes.
nothing.
Based on vibes and gut feeling. Flamingos seem chiller than that. But anyway,
the last 3 issues of this Captain America run, I loved.
Oh, okay. Why?
Who knows? There's no way to know. I mean, it probably involves scheduling. JMS notoriously is bad at that. that's the end of my suspicions.
Sure.
So the characters that he's most famous for writing are Spider-Man and Thor, because he wrote Spider-Man throughout Civil War, and he quit because Joe Quesada made him do one more day.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then he also wrote Thor. He wrote Thor. He's the one who brought Thor back from Ragnarok and put him in Broxton, Oklahoma, which was a huge deal. And then he quit because they made him do crossover nonsense bullshit that he didn't want anything to do with. But his most famous work at Marvel is on Spider-Man and Thor, and I guess now Captain America, though nothing happened to Captain America, so I don't really think this is going to be one of those runs that, like,
there was no status quo
remembered.
Shift.
Yeah. But the last 3 issues features a team up between Captain America, Thor, and Spider-Man, and it's really good. And basically,
see, if you think about it, just if you step back from knowing who these characters are and their histories, that's a weird team up.
Yes.
Like the street level Spider-Man, basically, like outside of crossovers, not often facing world-ending threats.
Yeah.
Thor, a god, and Captain America, this soldier guy. Like, it feels like, how would you put those together in a way that actually logically makes sense? But it also, at the same time, you're like, yeah, that's a fucking great team up.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
So, this is something that we've not talked about before. You remember the God of Hammers joke from Thor 3?
Yeah, I thought we were about to say, do you remember when Doctor Doom was God?
It's been a while.
No, it was last episode when we talked about him being God and being better than Tony.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did.
Literally last episode. Anyway, sorry. Yes, God of Hammers.
Yes. So, are you Thor, God of Hammers, when Mjolnir gets broken?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what they did is they made a God of Hammers.
Oh.
In Marvel. Basically, Mjolnir got possessed by, oh God, what is it? Mog?
Or Magog?
Magog?
Magog, yeah.
I think it's Magog. Anyway, and was being evil.
Okay. Is Magog the one that's the 6 billion spirits of the dead people that Odin killed?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't tell you either of my children's birth dates, but I know that information. That information has pushed out important things from my brain.
Because the way that Jane Foster beat Magog is by tying him up with Mjolnir and throwing them both into the sun. And while they were in there, I guess Magog somehow possessed Mjolnir.
I think we actually did talk about this.
We might have mentioned that this happened, but one thing I didn't say is that one of the things that the God of Hammers did was kill everyone in Broxton, Oklahoma, because he was trying to get at Thor. And he was like, I'm going to make Thor mad. And my guess is that Straczynski doesn't like that happened. And so the whole point of this story is to retcon it. And basically, he says that there was a restore point. So Spider-Man is the one who figures this out for no reason at all. But whatever. He's like, you know how when your computer is working just right, you make a restore point on it so that if anything fucks it up, you can just reverse it back to that point in time? Well, what happened here is that there was a perfect moment. And so the goddess, let me see, I don't remember her name.
Why would Spider-Man know this cosmic information?
It's put... I
guess to be fair, he is also the one who met the one above all, so he has had a lot of contact with supreme beings.
His computer knowledge and him being the scientist among the 3 is posited as the reason why he knows this. But the way that he figures it out just by looking at things, I would say, how? Okay. But anyway, so Kelda is the Asgardian goddess of light and love, and she fell in love with a Broxton boy named Bill, son of William. And so she created a restore point in this one perfect moment that they were having together. And that restore point accidentally got corrupted. And so there were like evil versions of the Asgardian gods. And anyway, they fought through it and they saved it. And so now Broxton, Oklahoma is fine again.
This feels like a lot to cover in 3 issues.
It was a lot, yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of it.
Is Bill Williamson a character that we should know?
He was one of the main characters of Straczynski's run on Thor. Yeah, he was the regular Oklahoma man who was... His life got turned upside down because he fell in love with an Asgardian goddess.
Gotcha. Okay. So like a male Jane Foster sort of.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, he brought Broxton, Oklahoma back. And it feels like he came up with a convoluted thing.
Yeah. But then he's not writing it anymore, right?
No, he's not.
Okay.
But
so he just Uno reverse carded whatever writer destroyed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason that it feels that way is also because he had Thor and Spider-Man in a Captain America comic.
Yeah.
It felt very, I don't know, like meta Straczynski about Straczynski,
It felt like he got contracted for 16 issues. Was like, I can only stretch this to 13, but I got an idea for those last 3, and legally you have to let me do them because we signed a contract. In a weird way, it feels like almost the first 13 with Asmodee, where he's like, yeah, I got to get them this thing, but I'm mostly waiting for those last 3. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, and so
do you know what writer it was that destroyed?
I want to say it was Danny Coates. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Cates? No, it's like Coates. So it's impossible to know how to pronounce it because there are 3 vowels.
What else?
Venom. He wrote Venom for a long time, and he wrote Thor. He wrote Thor for a long time. This happened in the pages of Thor.
Right.
So, yeah.
And Straczynski was like, no.
Well, yeah,
I just want this back the way I had it before.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, there's another Straczynski thing that I really want to talk about that I have no reason to talk about. Like, it doesn't fit into anything else, so I'm going to shove it into this episode.
That's
because it's Straczynski related.
Shoving it into this episode was one of the possible names for the podcast when we first started, so I think it's great.
So the other thing that Straczynski is writing / has written recently for Marvel is a series of 5 one-shots that pair strange or not usually characters together. So it's Captain America and Volstagg.
I don't even know who Volstagg is.
He's an Asgardian. He's the big fat Asgardian that likes to eat.
Okay.
Let's see. What was the other one? Oh yeah, Nick Fury and Fin Fang Foom.
Okay.
And then Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon.
You know what's weird about that? Doesn't strike me as that odd. I don't know why, because it should, but there's something so sarcastic about Rocket and so easily annoyed about Doom that I really do like the idea of that together. Have you read it?
It's my new favorite issue. Yeah.
Okay. It's only a one-shot?
It's a one-shot, yeah.
I mean, like, I would read a full-ass series of that, I think.
Again, talking about the voices, right? The Captain America, Thor, and Spider-Man, their voices worked really well. And pitting Rocket Raccoon versus Doom, their voices he just has down so well.
Yeah, that's really good. Nick Fury and Fin Fang Foom, I'm not sure about. I don't really even understand how that would work.
I mean, they just fought back before Nick Fury was like when he was just a regular soldier.
Okay. And then I don't even remember
Captain
the first
America
name.
and Volstagg.
Sure.
The thing I remember about that is that Captain America's like, why do you always do like with the these and thous when you don't have to? And Volstagg's like, well, it's easier to speak a foreign language the way that you learned it, and we first learned English from Shakespeare. So that's why we talk like that. That's like
a retconned explanation.
Exactly. That comes naturally
kind of awesome.
to us. But to speak in your modern accent is like harder, more have to think about it.
See, weirdly, that is a more impactful canon moment than all of the Penguin stuff and all of the Asmodee stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because that explains something that's bigger to the entire universe, and that you always kind of think like
is weird.
Like, what they're Norse gods speaking in English, like Old English. Yeah. Like, that's
because they learned it from Shakespeare.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, but what about Rocket and Doom?
So Rocket and Doom. So Doom summons Rocket to his castle, and they have just a hilarious back and forth. And so I'm going to read just a couple of these just to get the patter down, all right?
Sure.
You built weapons into this thing? I build weapons into everything. That is why I am Doom.
It's so, like...
And then, I can see now why you were stuck not having access to my level of genius. You know I could have you killed with a gesture. What kind of a gesture? Let it be a surprise. And just Rocket not being at all fazed by Doom's threats, and Doom like not really being fazed by Rocket's shenanigans it's just great.
I'll tell you what's great also that I love about it is there's a sort of a similarity to their characters that you wouldn't ever think about.
Uh-huh.
But Doom is he's a very pompous character. Like, he's a very, like...
Arrogant
character.
Yeah, and so is Rocket.
And they're both... Doom much more so, but they're both kind of real petty too. Like they get hung up on these petty things. They love weapons and everything.
They're both super geniuses.
They're both super geniuses. Great with tech. I don't think Rocket has much magic shit going on.
Rocket has no magic.
Yeah, but I mean, like Rocket really does feel like a Doom that is not interested in domination. And I also like that Doom is. Why did he summon him to the?
Well,
castle?
That is the
big
next
spoiler.
thing. Do you want to finish your thought?
Well, I was going to say, I like that Doom kind of engages. Like, there's no condescension or, like, this is, like, a rodent sort of thing.
Right.
Like, he engages with him.
He respects Rocket's genius.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting because I would have never in a million years thought of any of the sort of tonal similarities between those characters. But there's so much fun stuff to play with there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of just want to read you this whole comic because it's really good.
All right, I could also read it.
But basically, Doom wants to understand the universe, and so he wants to go back to before the Big Bang and figure out why the universe exists.
Okay.
And so he's going to use
I mean, couldn't he just ask so many people?
Well, no.
Okay.
He
like Silver Surfer would know, I think, right?
No.
Why?
Why would Silver Surfer know?
Silver Surfer made all the planets.
He was there. Well, but okay,
so was Galactus.
So from my interpretation of what happens, they go back to before the first Big Bang.
Well, like 7 universes ago.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the very beginning. Because they go back to before there is time. That's the whole difficulty that they overcome.
They've said that so many times, though, to be fair.
No, they've never gone back before there was time. They go back to the beginning of the universe, but I don't know that anyone's ever gone back.
I guess they
before that.
I promise you they have. I promise you they have.
So a part of the way that they power their ship.
So they actually do it?
They do it, yeah.
This is all in one issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
They use science and magic to do it, and part of it is powered by a fragment of Doom's soul.
Okay.
All right. So when they get back to the beginning of everything, or right before the beginning of everything, Doom asks why. Mm-hmm. And then this weird creature appears, and he looks like Clayface, and that bothers me because I think that his design is bad.
Okay.
I guess the idea is that like he's mud. He's like the
primordial ooze.
Right. Yeah. Stuff of creation. And then he says, "Alone? I have never had knowledge of alone until I was not." Doom says, "We have come seeking knowledge. Curiosity, a word I did not know before, because I did not know of words before now." And then he reaches out and he grabs Doom's soul. And then he creates the universe with it. And so, here's what he says. "What is to be the purpose of the universe? It is the purpose you have always known, the curiosity you have chased, the pain you have suffered, and the understanding that has brought you to this timeless moment. The purpose of the universe is to understand the purpose of the universe." So it was Doom asking why before the beginning of time that created the universe.
Okay.
And it was made with a piece of his soul.
And these are canon one-offs?
Yeah.
See, that feels
like a big
real
deal.
Big deal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Cosmologically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, what was that mud shit? Because it didn't seem to be the one above all.
This feels like some shit that will get retconned real fast.
I agree. But I do love the idea that the universe didn't realize it was alone because there was no one else until Doom and Rocket showed up.
That idea of... That's a very human thing, though, to not understand the absence of something if that has never been experienced.
Right.
Like, I was an only child, as we talked about before, and...
Because I murdered all of your other siblings in the womb.
Wait, hold on. You were outside of the womb? Let's not get into that. The point is, and it never occurred to me that they're like, when you're a kid, whatever is the situation feels like what's normal.
Right.
So like the idea of like being an only child, and like Jessica was like, oh, you must have been so lonely. And I was like, not until I thought back later when I saw other people with siblings that I feel that anything had been missing in the first place.
Uh-huh.
But I really like the purpose of the universe is to wonder what the purpose of the universe is. That's fucking great.
Yes.
See, in one issue, I think they telled. Fuck me. Let me try that again. In one issue, they told a more compelling cosmic, bigger than life story and had a weird buddy cop thing than a lot of the cosmic stuff we've talked about in the past, where it just feels like trying to... this didn't feel like it was trying to retcon or explain things. This felt like, I'm just going to do a new thing, and it's going to be that, and I don't have to worry about how it fits into anything else because it's before all that other shit, and here's this thing.
So, that is an interesting point that you make, to say it's a new thing, because let me tell you about a story that was written 20 years ago.
Okay.
20 years ago, J. Michael Straczynski had a short run on the Fantastic Four. He wrote, I don't know, let's call it 16 issues.
Okay. Sure.
It was a short run, and I don't remember anything that happened, except this one thing. And I was going to read you the quotes, but I don't think the quotes matter. The point is, this was 2005, so it was exactly 20 years ago that JMS wrote this. Reed Richards wonders what the purpose of the universe is, and so he goes back to the beginning of time, and it is the process of wondering what the purpose of the universe is that creates the universe, and then Reed also creates all of the laws of physics, and then is also the one that his mind is the reason that the cosmic rays affected all of them in a way that reflects their personality.
Yeah, see, I think that was like his working out an idea part.
Uh-huh.
And it got too bogged down in its own bullshit of trying to be a recursive loop into itself, right? With like the cosmic rays and the laws of physics. I think this is a more interesting, streamlined version that focuses on the philosophy instead of the canon.
It is.
Which I think is great.
So. Yeah.
I will always choose something that tells an interesting story over something that slavishly tries to adhere to a canon that is always changing.
But see, I don't think either story go against the canon.
No, I don't think so either.
Because,
the Reed one I don't like as much.
So Reed was with an entity, as he called it, and that's where he got like the ability to do these things, is because it was also seeking why. And the void that they went back to was not before time, it was just before the Big Bang, and they talk about it as a void, and it's black. So my interpretation is that it is the void between the 6th and 7th universe, which is null.
You're right.
And they were just the Big Bang for Universe 7.
And whereas Doom was all of the universes throughout.
Doom's void was white.
Right.
He went back to before there was even time, and I suspect created the first universe.
So
again, they don't necessarily contradict each other, but it is the exact same story.
Exact same story. But I mean, there are a lot of examples of artists, especially like even filmmakers too, telling similar stories for different effects. Mm-hmm. A very poor philosophical example of that comes with John Carpenter, because Escape from New York and Escape from LA are functionally the exact same film. Some people shit on Escape from LA. Those people are wrong. Escape from LA is a masterpiece, as is Escape from New York. They're both masterpieces in separate ways. Plot-wise, the same film. Narratively speaking,
no, but they take place in different cities. Don't you get it?
They take place in different cities, and there's different villains. But my point is, everybody needs to go watch Escape from LA right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
That's a good point. We were talking about how Escape from LA is a great film.
Yeah. Can we do a reversal? You've never seen either of the Escape from movies, have you?
Correct.
We need to do a reversal because they're fuck balls crazy. And I'm not even talking about the part in which Kurt Russell and Peter Fonda, which weirdly, second Peter Fonda reference in this episode, because I talked about Easy Rider earlier.
Yeah.
That's an unexpected. Anyway, Kurt Russell and Peter Fonda ride a CGI tsunami down Hollywood Boulevard. It's fucking.
That does sound pretty good.
No, well, that's easily the dumbest, worst part of the movie, but it's just such a fun fucking movie. But anyway, my point is, though, that sometimes artists can have a story and then think of a different or better way to tell the story with different characters.
Yeah.
And if you wait 20 fucking years,
yeah,
and you got a talking super smart raccoon, just add it in. Oh man. Okay.
So anyway, that's.
See, by the way, also the idea of a human and animal character.
you think
Captain America should have had that penguin for 3 episodes, and you could have anthropomorphized the penguin simply through Captain America's suspicion of him.
Yes.
Like added, like in his mind's eye, the penguin's being suspicious or doing things that are sneaky or whatever. In reality, it's just a penguin.
That there also could have been interesting. So like the change agents that he saves are just like nobodies.
Yeah,
right?
they could have had,
and you could have done interesting characterizations for them based on how they react to the penguin.
What if that penguin was a change agent? I'm dead serious. Like that would have been awesome. Like because it's a little bit fucked up to think that only humans have any impact on the world.
Yeah.
What if this penguin saved? Oh, there's so many ways I could think of this.
Well, maybe in 20 years, JMS will revisit this story and tell the better version.
Or I could be one of those people who comes and like. Just, I'm going to pick 4 random characters, that penguin. It's still alive somehow. Oh, man. That is really interesting. That was much more interesting than I was anticipating this episode being. And as weird as it was, less weird than I thought it would be.
Uh-huh.
And Captain America needs to get rid of that fucking sidecar. Do you want to do a segment?
Should we spin the wheel of segments?
Yeah.
We've cut our segment out of the last, many episodes just because we've been running so long.
Yeah. But
let's try it again. Let's see if this segment makes the cut.
To be fair, previously we've cut it because our episodes have been very, very focused and with a forward momentum. And I've just talked about fucking everything today. So I don't think we need to worry about ruining the flow of the momentum.
That's very true.
So let's spin that wheel.
All right.
Oh, hey, look at this. It's Stump, Sharnold, and Zach. See, I added that in with a little...
I see that you did that, and I don't understand it.
So...
how are you going to stump yourself?
We are going to do a little thing called borrowing and or plagiarism.
Just some minor plagiarism at the end of the episode. No big deal.
We're going to credit. I thought this would be kind of fun if we could both play, and it's a... 10, I believe, question quiz on penguins.
Oh!
From the World Wildlife Federation.
Okay.
Which will link to this quiz so that we're not plagiarizing. And I don't know the answers to any of these. It's multiple choice. We click on them and learn the answer, and we can see how well we do.
Great.
Okay. Question number 1. What is the largest living penguin breed? And there's multiple choices here.
I have nothing.
Gen 2, Adelaide, Emperor, or Galapagos?
Emperor is the only one of those that I've ever heard of.
I feel that Emperor,
got.
Why would it be Emperor if it wasn't the biggest, right?
That makes sense. Isn't it because of the suit?
The suit?
Because it looks like it's wearing a suit?
Because you said Emperor, I thought it was a cape. I think it might be an Emperor because it has the frilly orange thing on the head, the crest.
Yeah, let's just say Emperor and see what the real answer is.
I think it's Emperor. I feel it might be Gen 2. So I'm going to do this as a backup. But our answer is Emperor. And it doesn't give us the answer yet. But I think it will at the end. At the end it will. So we'll find out at the end.
What a tease.
Which is the most widely distributed penguin in the Antarctic? I'm assuming they mean distribution of... Not like someone's giving them out.
No, yeah, but
which of these penguins is handed out to people the most frequently? Yellow-eyed, Adelaide, Little, or Humboldt?
Those words mean nothing to me. It would be completely just a guess.
Let's say Adelaide.
Sure.
That's the one I've heard of those ones. What do emperor penguins eat?
Fish.
Small Antarctic silverfish and other fish, squid, Antarctic krill, or all of the above? You got to go with all of
Probably
the above,
all,
right?
yeah.
Like in a quiz when there's an all of the above, but it's only on one of them, it has to be that one, usually. Where do emperor and Adelaide penguins live? Antarctica, Arctic, Australia, or Austria?
It's Antarctica, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because that's what the other question said. How long can emperor penguins live for in the wild? Up to 5 years, up to 10 years, up to 15 years, or up to 20 years?
15?
I mean, they're birds. Like, I don't know how long.
They mate for life. That's a relevant factor.
They're pretty big. Okay, I'll go 15. Oh, they are giving us the answers. If you get it wrong, you get next. That's the first one we got wrong.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
And it's up to 20.
Yeah, it's up to 20 years.
Even longer
so we got the first 4 right.
That's cool.
That's cool, considering almost all of them are guesses. How often do penguins molt? Did you know penguins molt? I guess it makes sense. I know they have feathers, right? But I always thought there was fur. Like, when you think of it, it's down. But anyway, twice a year, once a year, every 2 years, or never.
Oh, it could be never.
It could be never. Do penguins molt?
I don't feel like they do.
I'm going to choose never.
Say never, yeah.
Once a year. Damn.
Pooey dooey.
Okay, number 7. The temperature... I misread this when I was reading it quickly in my head. And I missed an important word.
Oh, okay.
And the question is, the temperature inside an emperor penguin huddle can reach. But I didn't read huddle, so I read the temperature inside an emperor penguin. I was like, that's a weird way to say what is the temperature. Inside a huddle.
Internal temperature versus external temperature is certainly going to vary.
I think they're just talking about, like, I don't know, get inside an emperor penguin. So inside an emperor penguin huddle, they huddle together for warmth. What temperature is it inside an emperor penguin huddle? Now, to make this harder,
it's in Celsius. Of course it is.
24 degrees Celsius, 28 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius, or 34 degrees Celsius. So 34 degrees Celsius, I believe, is like a hot summer day. It's like 95 degrees or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So using that as a base, even 24 degrees Celsius has to be 70s, right?
But I'm guessing that it's somewhere in the middle, because that's usually how multiple choice works.
Yeah. So I'm going to say 28 or 30.
30 is too round of a number. Let's go with 28.
It was 24. It was the lowest of the options, because that's still way hotter than the ice. It would be crazy if it was 98 and then they just melted through the ice. What percentage of emperor penguins could be lost? Oh, it's a bummer one. Could be lost by the end of this century. 20, 40, 60, or 80.
I mean, 80? Yeah. I'd be surprised if it's fewer than that.
It's 80. Of course it's 80. That's a bummer one. Thanks, WWF. No, but I do thank you. It's a good quiz. How fast is an Adelaide penguin's cruising speed in water?
It's like 100 miles per hour. They're like insane.
Well, so 5 kilometers an hour, 10 kilometers an hour, 15 kilometers an hour, or 20 kilometers an hour. Should we go with the max?
I would go max, yeah.
15. Oh, it's 10. Huh, I thought they were much faster. I thought they shot.
Also, Adelaide penguins could be
a different. Yeah. This is almost all just Adelaide penguin questions. Why do Adelaide penguins avoid diving when it's dark? They're too tired.
So they don't get eaten?
Oh, okay, so they're too tired. They don't know what direction to go in. They can't see predators, or there's no prey available when it's dark. Well, no, the fish are still there even if it's dark, so that can't be it.
I'd say predator.
Or what direction to go in, because if you get lost, and you end up in the Atacama Desert or some shit. But you want to be predators?
I think predators.
It's predators, yeah. And question 11. Again, apparently there's 11 questions. How many emperor penguins can be found in a huddle? Oh. Up to 100, up to 200, up to 1,000, or up to 5,000?
Holy shit. When you said 100, my immediate thought was, that's too much. What are the smaller numbers?
I don't think 1,000 penguins could huddle.
I don't think 1,000 penguins exist.
I mean, I think they exist, but I don't think... But 100... With those other options feels too low.
Yeah.
Like you would add, we're game theorying it because we obviously don't know the answer. Do you want to do 200?
Let's do 200.
It's 5,000.
That's insane.
Holy shit. That's a lot of penguins.
How did they even count that? Who counted those penguins?
A lot of penguins.
Are you sure you didn't just get confused and double back and
multiple times?
Because like if they're walking around in a circle too, and
so many fucking penguins. 5,000. That feels like an impossible number of any animal to be crowded together that isn't an insect or a bird or something.
Yeah.
No, even 5,000. I mean, like sparrows.
Small birds.
Like 5,000 hummingbirds feels like it would be, oh my God, that's too many fucking hummingbirds. Anything in what you would consider a swarm is too many of that thing.
Even
in
spiders,
one place.
like even tiny spiders,
fuck
if you
off.
had 5,000 of
off.
them.
You can fuck right off with that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, I gotta tell you, we did so much better than we had any right to do on this quiz, considering I don't think we actually knew any of the answers.
Absolutely not.
6 out of 11.
That's not that bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And because if you assume that we were fully guessing and we had a 25% chance of guessing each question correctly, we did twice as well as we should have mathematically.
Yeah, and I think there was some game theory in it too, obviously. Like the which one's going to make you the saddest. But anyway, okay, well, that was fun. I like that. We should try to do more like that where we can find just random quizzes we can both take.
Yeah. And we all learned something along the way.
I have forgotten everything we just learned other than the 5,000 penguins in a huddle. And the fact that it can get up to 24 degrees. What is 24? Let's find out really quick before we throw it. Because I'm sure the listeners are going to want to know, but I'm sure they're also going to forget to Google it themselves. That's 75 degrees. Mm-hmm. That's hot.
That's hot enough to
if
melt
everything
ice.
Around you is not. But I think it's only in the huddle.
Right.
Like, but how
in
do
the huddle of 5,000 penguins?
That's not a huddle. That's just like a crowd, right?
Yeah, that I don't understand.
The huddles were like round. You know what? I don't know enough about penguins to pretend like I have an answer to this.
I've never even seen Happy Feet. So
have you ever seen a penguin in real life?
In real life?
Like at the zoo or whatever?
I don't know. Probably.
Have you been? You've been to zoos?
I've been to zoos. Yeah, but whether or not I saw a penguin.
There's a penguin at the Long Beach Aquarium. A bunch of them. And there's a bunch of penguins down south at the Birch Aquarium. They're like little blue penguins. They're this tall. They're the cutest fucking things. Yeah, they're called blue penguins.
I want to see that.
They're vaguely blue. I mean, they're not fucking Avatar Na'vi blue, but like, you know. Anyway, okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on this fun penguin adventure.
Yay!
I certainly know that as you drove along the narrative, I felt like a penguin in a sidecar. Just angry and wondering what this sidecar is all about. What the fuck am I doing here? If you guys have any questions, any comments, any compliments, any concerns, anything, email us at doombotspod@gmail.com. We're answering those now. Like, we're actually checking it. You can also check us out on social media at DoombotsPod and check out the website doombotspod.com. Yeah, I mean, you get it. It's DoombotsPod. It's pretty good. We lucked out on that name.
That's who we are.
And, join us in 2 weeks for a brand new episode where we might be talking about Escape from New York and L.A. We might be talking about the inimitable Snake Plissken. That's Kurt Russell's character from those movies. Yeah. I need to watch both of them right now. They're so good. So fucking good.
I love it when you get an idea in your head.
Yeah, well, because of my ADD, I can't stop thinking about it. But I'm just going to tell you, the Escape from New York has Ernest Borgnine in it, who is amazing. And Escape from LA has like Peter Fonda, Steve Buscemi, Bruce Campbell, Stacy Keach is that's so fucking good. It's such a good movie. I love those movies so much. If you guys want to check out this pre-recorded segment we're going to be doing, it's going to be about joining our mailing list, and we'd love for you guys to do that, and we'll check you guys out next time.
Hey, it's that clip we play at the end of each episode.
Have you memorized it yet? You can say it along with us if you like.
If you like our stuff, when we talk to you and whatnot, and you want to support our plans for world domination, then we need you to enlist in Doom's army of disposable minions.
Yeah, So what does that mean in like our actual real world?
Emails.
Right. We want to send you a weekly update about our recording schedule and hopefully other stuff like events or videos.
Plus, you get an exclusive bonus episode
featuring my wife.
My wife.
Oh, sweet Jesus Christ.
About the last 20 years of X-Men crossovers.
It really is the best way to let us know that you're listening.
And that you love us.
And I need to know that you love me. I need it. So go to our website, doombotspod.com.
That's Doom as in Dr. Doom, bots as in robots.
Because there are two of us.
Yes, and pod as in podcast.
And com as in the internet communication. Compliant, communism.
It stands for commercial, but whatever.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Just enter your email and wahaha, you are dooms. With your help, nothing can stop us.
Or him, because we are him, because we're the two. But this meta narrative gets really confusing sometimes. Anyway, I kind of fucked that up. Should we say it again?
No. If you missed it, you have to wait till we play it again next episode.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, a preemptive thank you, but you can't redeem it until you do the thing.
Yeah, that's how redeeming things works.
Stay tuned for outtakes.
What outtakes, though?
Like the little fun dumb clips at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And remember, I have a penguin.
I do like how these have sort of gone from, and remember, here's like a thing to keep in mind. And this one's just like bragging. Like, this was just, or weird threat. Like, I don't know what the threat would be, but this penguin's going to kill you. Captain America and the attack penguin, I mean, it's just so good.
It writes itself.
It does, sort of. I mean, it's insane, but I would watch it. And the penguin takes him back to his home and he's raised by penguins. I can't get off that part.
This is the part of the episode where Sharnold scrolls on his computer
and then inevitably remembers that he didn't actually save those pages.
It's very good listening material.
I usually edit these parts out. Let's try that again because that was weird. What should we do? And remember.